Tropical Storm Karen has been struggling with wind shear on Friday, and there's a great amount of forecast uncertainty looming for us here in the state of Florida. I'm going to break it down for you, give you a couple of potential forecast scenarios and the possible impacts to the state. We're going to have to wait a little longer than we had thought to see the impacts, but I think Karen will still play a big role in our weekend forecast and maybe even lingering into early next week. Satellite data today really told the story. I want to show you the visible satellite. That swirl you see there on the left-hand side of that cloud mass, that's the center of Karen, but all the thunderstorms have been pushed to the east. We've got some very strong winds coming in from the west, so these storms develop near the center, then they fan out to the east. And unless these thunderstorms develop near and over the center of circulation, Karen will not strengthen anytime soon. All right, we're still watching it closely, though. Hurricane hunters earlier Friday confirmed that there were still tropical storm force winds almost on all four sides of this center of circulation, so its structural integrity is sound, and I think it's going to survive this wind shear. And when the wind shear relaxes a bit, there still could be some strengthening prior to landfall. That's the official forecast from the Hurricane Center, up to about a 65-mile-an-hour storm as it moves near the mouth of the Mississippi River. But notice it's forecast to make this turn to the east-northeast because of an approaching front. When it makes that turn, will play a big role into the impact in the state of Florida, and especially the Panhandle. The model guidance has actually diverged a bit, so I want to emphasize that we should approach this forecast with caution, and we should not let our guard down here in the state of Florida. We've got model solutions anywhere from central Louisiana all the way over to near Panama City. I think that green line is an outlier. All right, I'm going to show you two potential scenarios. One taking the BAM model, if you will, and this is the one that moves it onshore a little sooner. So scenario number one is an earlier landfall with less impact to Florida. This is Sunday evening, and then of course the storm moves further over land and further away from us, so only really the Panhandle west of, say, Panama City would be impacted if this plays out. Now, scenario number two, and I think this one may be a little more likely to occur, it's going to turn to the northeast a little sooner, making landfall occurring a little later. This is Monday morning near Panama City, and that places more of Florida in the line to see some impact from this system. But I think if this plays out, it's a much weaker storm as it moves onshore. Nonetheless, I can tell you with confidence there will be some heavy rain, and we're looking at a 3 to 6, maybe locally 8-inch amount near and east of where the center comes ashore. We're going to refine that forecast as we get a little closer. I wanted to show you one of the models, the wind here. There will be some wind impact, especially if this center of circulation stays out over water. Now, once again, this is just one potential model solution, but notice Sunday night, Monday morning, we've got 40 to 50-mile-an-hour winds coming on shore there near Panama City. So we'll keep a close eye on that. I think the greatest concern right now is the heavy rain, but we do have tropical storm and hurricane watches in effect. These could be updated as the storm gets a little closer. I'll continue to have updates for you all weekend long on Tropical Storm Karen.